Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is an all levels, full body Vinyasa flow. No props are required. However, if you're like me and you like to have the option to give yourself the gift of space at any time throughout your practice, feel free to place a couple of blocks on either side of your mat near the top of your space. This is a sequence designed with people who've been sitting for a prolonged period of time in mind. So we will be creating some space in the low back, strengthening and lengthening that area of the body, getting into the shoulders, a lot of dynamic thoracic spine movements, and also loosening up and relieving any tension in the hips. So maybe you've been sitting at a desk all day or all week or all month, whatever your life is like. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you. Or maybe you've been driving for a prolonged period of time. This is the practice for you. Yeah? Let's get started in our mountain pose at the top of our space. Go ahead and take the feet hips width or flush together, whatever feels more supportive to you. And before we enter into our tall, beautiful, rooted mountain shape, take a moment to just hang out here, to just let the body rest on the bones, just hang on the bones, yeah? Find a cycle of breath here. Notice how it feels to breathe in this type of shape, holding ourselves in this way. And on your next inhale, press into the feet, lengthen through the legs, and inspire length and space throughout the whole body. Glide the shoulders back and down, broaden through the heart. Palms shine forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Draw the tailbone down. Take a big, beautiful breath in. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Beautiful. Two more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale, release. Amazing. One more big breath in. Pause at the top. Embrace this fullness. Retain the breath. Spread the fingertips wide. And exhale, sigh it out with sound. Let it go. Notice the vibration of your exhales as a vehicle to let something go, maybe without even naming those things. And with this stability in mind, integrity in how we're holding ourselves here in space, perhaps we can invite our exhales to create a little bit of space for softness in the presence of this stability. Where can we soften? As we engage the quads, lift the kneecaps, can we soften the shoulders down? Beautiful. And on an inhale, snuggle the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Let it go. Looping the shoulders. Inhale, draw them up towards the ears. Exhale, loop them back and down. One more. Inhale, loop. And release. Reverse this motion, inhaling to draw the shoulder blades together like you're holding a marble between the scapula and guide them up towards the earlobes, not the elbows, and round and release forward. Exhale. Beautiful. Two more. Maybe allowing the knees to move, rounding through the back body. And you're welcome to continue looping the shoulders with the arms at either side, or we can tense up onto the fingertips on the shoulder heads, making the elbows bent like little chicken wings, and begin drawing circles with the elbows, drawing the elbows in to touch, and inhaling to draw them back and around, opening through the heart. Exhale to round the spine, draw them in. Inhale to bloom through the heart space, through the chest. Another just like that. Maybe bringing the chin to the chest, inviting the knees, the head, the neck. And reverse your wing circles here. Inhaling to broaden through the heart. Exhaling to round and release. 2 more. Moving with your breath. And as you draw the elbows together and round the spine, inhale to bloom upwards, high mountain. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, high mountain. Spread the fingertips wide. Exhale to cactus the elbows, bend the knees. Inhale to reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Inhale to reach, high mountain. Maybe find a nice long puppy belly here. And exhale to cactus. Bend the knees so much so that maybe the heart pulls forward as the tail goes back. Melt the belly towards the top of the thighs. Forward fold. Keep this generous bend in your knees to relieve pressure in the low back, the lumbar spine. Option to take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Maybe bend and sway. Shake the head gently, yes and no. To decompress the cervical spine. And come home to stillness here. Uttanasana, forward fold. Feel into the bottoms of the feet. Maybe lift and release the toes. And reach for opposite elbows. Find your ragdoll. Ragdoll fold and begin to sway. Moving with your breath. Maybe finding a little bit of momentum here. A little bit of an intentional ragdoll sway. And guide the right elbow towards the right shin. Doesn't have to touch. And open up through your left elbow. Begin to peek up under your left shoulder and rise. Reach up high, rounding up through your mountain shape, holding onto the elbows and exhaling to bend the knees. Take it down, left elbow towards your left shin. And come back around, inhaling to lift, rainbowing up and around, keeping the knees bent, opening through the side body. Reverse the direction of your ragdoll, side body sweep, left elbow towards your left shin. Open up through the right elbow, maybe peek up under the right shoulder. And on your inhale, press into the feet, bend the knees to lift, up and over, round and release. Not moving too fast so that we don't get too dizzy. Move with your breath, open through the chest. Articulate through the length of your entire body here. And release into your forward fold. Take the feet hips width or flush together. You have them a little bit wide. And inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Slide the palms to the tops of the thighs. Elbows like little grasshopper legs. Heart pulls forward. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, slight tuck of the chin, like crown and tail are moving in opposite directions. And exhale, bend the knees to hinge at the hips. Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant the palms, step the feet back to plank, knees up or down. If the knees are up, we'll find a pulse through the heels, pedaling out the feet. Clawing into all 10 fingerprints to take pressure out of the wrists. Slight dome in the back body, but a nice long line from crown to tail and tail to heel. If you'd like, you can shift forward over the toes. Maybe send the hips slightly skyward. Stretching into the tops of the feet. Building a little energy here. Bending one knee and then the other. Moving as fast or as slow as you'd like to go. And find stillness here in your plank shape. Long breath in. Long breath out. Beautiful. Drop the left knee, kickstand. The left knee supported side plank. Right leg stays long. Right arm reaches. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand to the back of your head. Find that little chicken wing shape. Cradle the head in the right hand. Inhale to expand. Draw the elbow back just a bit. Exhale to round. Draw the elbow towards the earth or towards your left elbow. Inhale to expand, opening and closing in this kind of clamshell-like shape. And you're welcome to stay here, opening and closing, or you can begin to draw circles with the right elbow. Moving with your breath. Go ahead and open up your wing one more time and reach the right fingertips forward. Rainbow through the ribs. Lift the right ribs, left elbow crease looks forward. Maybe roll out the right wrist. Inhale. And exhale to ground the right knee and sweep your right hand underneath your left shoulder. Thread the needle. Beautiful. Option to stay here. Maybe crawl the left fingertips forward or wind them behind the low back. And you're also welcome to extend through the left leg towards the back of your space, kicking into the left heel actively to keep the hips square. Reacquaint with that steady breath. And release. Ground the left knee, ground the left hand. Inhale to re-extend the right arm high. Big breath, big stretch. And exhale, right palm plants. Inhale to extend the left arm high. Big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle, second side. Left arm reaches under your right shoulder. Maybe right ear and cheek meet the earth through a block. And take what you need. Notice if this side is unique in some way. And use the depth and quality of your breath to inform how you'd like to move on the four corners of your mat today. Keeping in mind, we can still cultivate balance by doing two things that maybe don't look exactly the same. Reel in your extremities. If you have them reaching, reroot through the right hand. Inhale to re-extend the left arm high and pivot on the right knee, supported side plank, second side, left arm reaches and left leg lengthens. Inhale and exhale, bring your left hand to cradle the head, find that wing shape, elbow bent. Inhale here, expand through the chest. Exhale to round, draw the elbow towards the earth. Inhale to lift, expand. Exhale to round any amount. One more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. And decide if maybe you'd like to move in circles with that left elbow. Taking what you need, maybe moving one direction and then the other. Or pausing in any places that feel sticky or stuck. Inhale, come back through center and reach your left hand forward, long line from thumb to heel. Maybe roll out the left wrist, big breath, big stretch. Get heavy in the left heel. And exhale, plant the left palm. Find your half plank shape. Knees down, maybe toes lifted, elbows over the wrists. Inhale here. And exhale to lower all the way to the abdomen. Inhale to extend through the crown, root down to the tops of the feet. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale to lower. Two more, rolling cobra, maybe sliding the palms in line with the ribs. Inhale, allow this blooming of the lungs with breath to be what lifts you. Slight tuck of the chin. And exhale to lower. One more, root down to the pubic bone. Lengthen up and out of your low back. And release. Beautiful. And take the palms out maybe a little bit wider. You're welcome to tent up onto the fingertips. We're going to get a little weird. Take the right toes towards the sky. And inhale to take the right toes up and over to the left. Maybe gaze over the right shoulder. Come back through center, right leg long. And take it to the second side. Left toes up towards the sky and up and over. Inhale through center. And keep moving in this way. You're welcome to plant the palms. Find a little bit more support through the hands. Maybe lifting the chest, dipping one shoulder. Moving through this a few times to get any of the kinks out. It might feel a little bit funky at first. Be open to finding your own way to move here within the guidelines of this shape. It's your dancing scorpion tail. Your dancing scorpion. As you're ready, come back through center. Slide the palms forward. Elbows under the shoulders, Sphinx pose. Inhale to extend through the crown, root down through the tops of the feet. Press into the palms, claw into the fingerprints like you want to drag your heart forward. Core turned on here, like the ribs are knitting in like clasped fingers. Roll the shoulders back and down to guide the heart forward. Maybe lift the chin. Inhale here. And exhale, release, tuck the toes, lift to forearm plank, knees up or down. Find an inhale here and an exhale here. Inhale, shift forward onto the tippy toes. Exhale, ground the knees, puppy pose or melting heart. Send the hips over the knees. Walk the fingerprints forward. You're welcome to tent up onto the fingers or maybe melt your forearms towards the earth. Bring your chin or forehead to the mat, whatever feels more supportive to you. And melt the armor of the heart space with every cycle of breath. Begin to press into the palms, shift forward, and land again in your Sphinx shape. Inhale to lift the heart, lift the chin, and exhale to lower. Forehead kisses the earth. Option to come back to Sphinx or take the hands out a little bit wider, press into the palms. Inhale to lift for seal, straighten through the arms, any amount. Pause for a few breaths in whichever variation you've chosen. Rooting down through the tops of the feet, core turned on to protect your lumbar spine. To intensify this back bend, you can walk the palms in. And maybe we begin to tilt the chin gently towards the sky, inviting space in the neck, in the front of the throat, without crunching the back of the neck. One more inhale wherever you've landed. And exhale, release and lower. Tuck the toes, press the hips towards the heels for a toe-tucked child's pose variation. Pressing into all of the toes, breathing into the bottoms of the feet. Maybe take a moment to roll the wrists, rock the forehead side to side. And bloom the back body with breath. Notice the skin stretch across the bones with every inhale. And maybe an opportunity to soften, to let go with every exhale. Find one more big breath in here. And on your exhale, press into the palms, roll forward. Think cat pose, chin to chest, shoulders over the wrists. You're welcome to untap the toes here if you'd like. And inhale for cow. Drop the belly, lift the heart, elbow creases, look forward, maybe tick-tock the chin from side to side, and sink the hips towards the heels. As the hips touch down, exhale to ripple forward, waving through the spine. Chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, hips to heels for cow. Thread the heart through the biceps. Exhale, round and take it forward. You're welcome to stay within this outline of movement, or maybe you'd like to veer off the railroad tracks entirely, draw some circles with the tail. Maybe dip one shoulder and then the other. Taking a moment to articulate through the length of your spine. Give yourself what you need to make this shape your own. And follow the breath. Find one more round of your cow-cat. And come back to your neutral tabletop shape. Tuck the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hover the knees, beast pose. Keeping the spine long, low ribs hugged in. Claw into the earth. Notice maybe the center palm lifts and we find our hasta bandha, our hand lock. Taking pressure out of the wrists. One more inhale here. And exhale to sink the hips towards the heels with the knees hovering, and then tilt the tail towards the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a moment with the knees bent if you'd like, maybe pedaling it out. Keeping that connection, that hasta bandha. As you wrap the elbow creases to look forward, create space for the head and the neck. And eventually we'll find stillness in our downward dog. Taking a moment to melt the belly towards the tops of the thighs, perhaps by inviting a bend in the knees, sending the tail high, hugging the ribs in. Beautiful. We'll root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. On your inhale, press the earth away with the right hand to level out the shoulders as you try to guide your right heel towards your right glute, knee to the sky. Exhale, three-legged dog, right toes turn down. And release, downward facing dog. Take it to the second side. Right heel heavy. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend into the knee, open up the hip. And come back to your three-legged dog. Left toes turn down, left inner thigh spiral skyward. And release, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Pedal the feet wide, maybe mat's width. Option to shorten the stance here. Moving into a downward dog twist. Rooting down through the right hand. Bend generously into the knees. And take your left hand either to the left thigh, the calf, maybe the ankle. Option to bend into the left elbow. Find a little leverage. Maybe peek up under the right shoulder. And begin to lengthen through the backs of the legs. Find an inhale here. Exhale brings you back through center. Take it to the second side, bending the knees between. Root down through the left hand and take your right hand anywhere that feels good on the left leg. Maybe beginning to lengthen through the backs of the legs, making the heels heavy. Bend into the right knee, find a little leverage. Maybe peek up under the left shoulder. And take it back through center, downward dog. Pedal the feet back, hips width. And root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift your right leg high, hips stay neutral, square to the earth. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward. Think cat pose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward, pause here, dome through the back body, claw through the fingerprints, try to touch your right heel towards your right glute. And step your right foot towards your right thumb. Come up onto tented fingers in our runner's lunge. Inhale, biceps by the ears. Stay long and low. Exhale here. Send your exhale out the back of your left foot, pressing firmly into that foot as the right hip guides back to meet the left, squeezing the inner thighs to an invisible midline. And inhale to rise, high crescent, high lunge. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, high lunge, heart forward. Exhale, warrior two, left heel mounts, tee out the arms, bend into the right knee. And take a moment to find your foundation. If we can't see our right big toe, maybe we widen the stance or turn the left toes in just a bit. Wrap the left bicep out. Find stability. And then discover where we can soften. Finding that balance of sthira and sukha, effort and ease. And we'll flip the right palm, inhale, shift forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior. Pull the right thumb back to peel the heart open. Exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, long side body. And swoop your left hand forward, pinkies down, or take the left hand to the sky. Pause for a cycle of breath here. Inhale, straighten through the right leg, open up, find your star to the left side of your space. Toes turn towards the left. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. Sink as low as you'd like, bending into the knees. And take the hands, fingers interlaced, behind the head. Head over heart, over pelvis here. Elbows wide. We're going to get a little weird, a little funky. Stick with it. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, tilt to the right. Guide your right elbow towards your right thigh. Doesn't have to touch. And on your exhale, guide your left elbow towards your right elbow, like they're trying to guide in towards each other. Spine round, maybe chin to chest. And begin to draw the head through center. Bring your left elbow towards your left leg. And inhale to open up through the right elbow. Exhale, we come back the way we came, guiding the right elbow down towards the earth, coming through center. And inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow towards the earth, come through center. And inhale, re-expand. Find a few more. Your breath, your movement. Maybe as fast or as slow as you want to go. Go ahead and even it out. We'll meet on the left. Left elbow towards your left thigh. Right elbow towards the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, come back through center. Inhale, star. Straighten through the legs. Ooh. Exhale, warrior two. Top of your space. We've been here before. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, reverse triangle. Right leg lengthens. Right hand reaches. Exhale to bend into the right knee, windmill the palm, left palm down, dragonfly twist, left palm roots, right hand reaches. On an exhale, pivot to the outside edge of both feet, turn your toes to the right, and sink the hips any amount as the right hand reaches towards the back of your space, horizon lunge. Keeping your feet kind of as they are, but lifting the hips. Inhale to wind your right hand back towards the top of your space, press into the feet. Exhale to sink, right hand reaches back. Two more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, press into the feet. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. Inhale to lift, wind the right hand down to frame the right foot, straighten through both feet, straighten through both legs, toes point forward, keep the left heel lifted, and we'll find this long pyramid variation. Maybe play with right toes, flexing, Flexing through the right foot. You can always reach for blocks. Bring the earth up to meet the hands. Take a little pressure out of that right knee. Bring a tiny bend. And inhale to create length in the spine. Maybe you'd like to melt nose towards the knee on an exhale. Beautiful. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Rebend the right knee. And exhale to launch standing splits or standing L. Left toes turn down. Option to melt the crown towards the earth. Maybe reach one hand for the ankle. And exhale guides the left knee in towards the chest. Chair pose, both knees bent, weight is in the heels, biceps by the ears. Take the palms and press them firmly together here. Maybe gaze up at the thumbs. Use your exhale to sink a little lower. Beautiful. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, half lift, slide the palms to the shins, long spine, weight is in the ball of each foot. And exhale to fold. Step the feet back to plank, knees up or down. Option to lower belly to cobra or shift forward onto the tippy toes, lower halfway for chaturanga, like you're balancing the rib cage on the triceps, and roll through into the tops of the feet, knees and thighs lifted. Upward dog. Making your way to downward facing dog, your breath, your movement. Find a moment of stillness, of unbiased observation here in our downward dog. Come back to that slow, steady breath. We'll root down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Last one, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, shift forward, pause here, dome through the back body. Maybe come up high on the right tippy toes. Ooh, one more inhale. Exhale, left foot steps towards your left thumb, hips width stance, tented fingers. Inhale to bring biceps by the ears. Stay low, stay long. Take this moment to find stability. Seal the circumference of your left foot. Maybe we can lift the center of that arch. Find our pada bandha, our foot lock. Light up through the right leg. And inhale to rise. High lunge. Squeeze the inner thighs to an invisible midline to inspire length in the torso. And exhale, twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, high crescent. Spread the fingertips wide. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Right heel melts. Left knee bends. Find your foundation. Come home to your breath. Maybe even imagine extending beyond the fingertips. Pressing into the outside edge of that right foot. Flip the left palm. Inhale, shift forward, up, and then maybe back. Finding a rainbow effect in the left ribs. Lift the left ribs. Exhale, side angle, your version. Forearm to thigh. Right hand forward or maybe towards the sky. Keeping your heart rolling open while your base stays stable. Inhale to straighten through the left leg. Rise and open up. Find your star towards the right. Exhale, sink low for goddess. Toes out, heels in. Maybe sink a little lower. See how it feels to be here a second time around. And you're welcome to find stillness, hands at the heart. Or if you'd like, you can lift the right heel and pulse. Coming back to that steady breath. Ground the right heel, take it to the second side. Left heel lifts and pulse. One more cycle of breath here. Left heel grounds. Find an inhale. Maybe an exhale to sink a little lower. Beautiful. Inhale, rise and open for star. Woo! Exhale, warrior two, top of your space. You did it. Inhale, reverse triangle, straight in through the left leg. Left hand reaches. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Forgot where I was going. Right palm plants. Left hand reaches, dragonfly twist. Inhale here, spread the left fingertips wide. And exhale, pivot to the outside edge of both feet. Reach towards the back of your space. Sink the hips any amount. Inhale to lift the hips. Reach the left arm forward. Exhale to sink. Beautiful. One more. Inhale to reach. Really press into the feet. And exhale, reach back. Sink the hips. Inhale to press into the feet. Lift and pivot. Wind your left hand down. Keep your left foot flexed. Right heel lifted for your Parsvottanasana, your pyramid variation. Option to stay long in the torso, up on blocks or fingerprints. Use an exhale to fold, nose towards the knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen, bend into the left knee and launch standing L or standing splits. Hands on blocks or the earth, maybe one hand to the ankle. And find your chair pose. Right foot meets the left, knees bent. Weight is in the heels, biceps by the ears. Press the palms together. Fingers zipped up. Maybe sink a little lower. Lots of pressure, like you're holding something between your hands, a piece of paper on a really windy day, and you don't want it to fly away. Option to gaze up at the thumbs. One more cycle of breath here. You can do it. Beautiful. Inhale, lift, high mountain. Exhale, melt it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Beautiful. Press into the palms, step the feet back to plank, knees up or down. And when you're ready, lower all the way to the abdomen. And extend the left arm out to the left, tent up onto the right fingertips. Take your left ear and cheek to the earth, right toes to the sky, and guide the right foot up and over to the left for your laying chest opener. Taking a few breaths here to compress the left shoulder, bring up the spine. If there's anything that could be described as sharp or painful in the low back, try stacking the hips, or maybe use the right shin as a kickstand in front of the body. There is sensation in yoga, but it shouldn't be painful. That's not the yoga we're trying to do today. Or any day, really. I don't know your life. It's up to you. Live your life. Okay, laying chest opener. Here we are. You're welcome to stay here using the right knee as a counterweight. Or maybe you'd like to bend into the left knee. Ooh, to intensify this. Taking both knees towards the sky. Notice how adjustments in shapes like this can impact the quality of breath. Can we slow it down in those moments? Invite softness. If you had both knees bent, extend the left leg long. Guide your right knee back through center, moving slow. And take it to the second side. Right arm reaches long. Right ear and cheek meets the earth. Take your left toes to the sky. Guide your left toes up and over. Again, we have an option as well to kickstand the left shin, left knee in front of the body. Mix and match. Take what you need to embrace fully supported. Practice showing up for yourself, being present with what arises without judgment. And similar to the first side, you're welcome to intensify this shape by bending into the right knee. Again, being super duper mindful of pinching or pain in the low back. Be kind to yourself. Extend the right leg long if you had it bent. Guide the hips, the torso back through center. We'll take a moment in our crocodile shape. Bend into the elbows. Rest the forehead on the backs of the hands or the forearms. Maybe take the toes to the sky. Tuck the feet from side to side. Or you can keep the legs long. Give the hips a little wiggle. Release the low back. As you're ready, extend the legs, extend the arms. Well, yeah, extend the legs if you had the knees bent. Extend the arms long at either side, and we have an option to be here as we prepare for locust, or you can interlace the hands at the tail, press the fists away, and maybe hover them off the back body. Zip the legs up together. And we'll start by rooting down through the tops of the feet. Inhale to lift the chest, any amount. Think low cobra here, maybe a slight tuck of the chin, and then maybe roll the shoulders back and down. Lots of engagement in the back body and staying rooted, core turned on, rooted through the pubic bone. And from there, maybe we can invite a gentle hover, any amount of the toes off the earth. Maybe lifting it a little higher with every inhale. And then inspiring a little bit more core engagement with every exhale. Becoming a little bit more streamlined in our locust. One more big breath in. And exhale, break free, release, press into the palms. Send the hips towards the heels, big toes together, knees as wide as you'd like them to be. Wide-legged child's pose. You can always take a block underneath the chest or the forehead, or a bend into the elbows. Rest the head on the forearms and the palms. And bloom the back body with breath. Like you could breathe beyond the confines of your physical body here in this gentle inward shape. Notice the points of contact your body makes with the surface supporting you. The places the earth comes up to meet you without judgment. If you had the elbows bent, go ahead and extend the hands long. We'll find a gentle roll up to a kneeling position, the back of our space. Take a moment to draw a circle or two with the nose. Take the ear to each shoulder. Taking a moment to observe. Maybe show a little bit of gratitude simply by bringing an awareness to the body without judgment. And we'll come on to a knee stand here. Setting up for a couple of different layered variations of Ustrasana, our camel pose. So you're welcome to reach for some blocks. Maybe have them on either side of your feet, framing the legs. You can also tuck the toes, reach for a blanket to come underneath the knees. That's a wonderful option. Knees are hips width, or maybe even a little bit wider for a little extra stability here as we come into this really intense back bend. Yeah, at least it is for me. Ustrasana, camel pose. Starting by inhaling, lifting the heart, maybe turning the chin gently skyward, pinning the shoulder blades together, and bringing your hands to the low back like you're sliding them into your back pocket. And press the hips forward as you lengthen through the belly, through the torso. Find an inhale here and use your exhale to inspire that core engagement, to stay protected and safe in our lumbar spine, in our low back. And we're welcome to pause here. For a little bit more core work, maybe you bring the hands to the heart, keeping that length in the low back. And over time, gently dipping backwards, maybe opening through the throat, keeping integrity in our joints, not really hanging out in our joints here. It can be really tempting to do that in shapes like this. If it feels good, feel free, go off. I love that for you. Perhaps over time, you'd like to take the hands to blocks or the heels. Take one inhale wherever you've landed. And use your exhale to tuck the chin towards the chest and gently roll back up and come out the way we came. Sink the hips towards the heels. Zip the legs up together. Option to pause here in your thunderbolt shape, kneeling, or maybe a more traditional variation of balasana or child's pose. Shift forward, melt the belly towards the tops of the thighs, and paint the palms back by the toes. Allowing the shoulders to round and release. The forehead kisses the mat or a block. Taking what you need here to invite safety and surrender in the presence of release. Bring a little bit of softness to the face. Maybe open and close the jaw. Allow the tongue to rest easy at the bottom of the mouth. And bringing awareness to the space between the top teeth and the bottom teeth. Allow any resulting unraveling, perhaps tiny muscles around the eyes, the forehead, the jaw, the back of the neck, to soften. In a shape like this, as we compress and protect the abdominal wall, we send a signal to our lizard brain, our survival brain, that the body is safe, free from physical harm or the risk of physical harm, because we are protecting, covering, enclosing our vital and vulnerable internal organs in the belly. As you're ready, begin to roll back up to a seat if you are there in your child's pose. Maybe letting the head come up last, and we'll shift the hips to one side, kick the legs out long, maybe scoot your booty bones up towards the center of your space. Maybe keep a nice little bend in the knees, and we'll find an active forward fold, an active dandasana shape. So flexing through the feet, maybe spread through the toes, lift the heart. See how it feels here. And inhale to reach the biceps by the ears. Exhale to hinge forward as you hug the navel in, almost like heart and tail are moving in opposite directions, and allow the palms to meet the earth or blocks framing the feet, staying long here, heart lifted. Find an inhale to create a little bit more length. Maybe guide the heart a little bit further forward. Flex the feet a little bit more fiercely. And maybe bring a little tuck of the chin. And exhale here. Hug the navel in just a bit more. Maybe begin to hinge a little deeper, any amount. One more inhale. Breathing into the base of the skull. Yeah, sounds kind of weird now that I say it out loud, but that's what I'm thinking about. Inhaling like you're creating space in the base of your skull, and exhaling to fold any amount. And as you're ready, begin to release any tension in the body. You can let the spine round here, maybe the head dangle or rest on a block or a pillow. Allow the toes to soften, tiny muscles around the eyes to soften. And begin allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm as we move closer to rest. Begin to curl the fingerprints back in towards the torso. Maybe again we let the head lift up last. And we'll take the hands behind the body. Option to keep the legs long, or you can bend the knees. We have our option for our reverse tabletop, inhaling to lift the hips any amount, knees bent, or maybe you'd like reverse plank, taking the legs long, and again lifting the hips any amount. Use an exhale to sink, to lower, and find your Savasana, your boat pose. Last little bit of strength here. Leaning back, but not rounding forward to stay lifted. We want to use the strength of our center to keep our heart lifted. Maybe toes on the ground, maybe hands forward or holding on to the backs of the legs. Or you're welcome to straighten through the legs. Taking a moment, using that zipping up of the legs to hold yourself in space here, almost like you're trying to guide your heart towards your knees. Just by squeezing the legs together, notice if maybe the heart lifts, and bring that integrity from your original mountain pose here into this shape, honoring the strength it takes to lift your heart. One more inhale, and exhale, lower your boat, low boat. And release. Ooh, stretch out long from fingertips to toes. Heck yeah, we did it. Roll out the wrists. And on your exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rock side to side, hip to hip. You can draw circles with the knees. Maybe driving the kneecaps with the hands like little stick shifts. Giving the low back a little TLC. All that strong, beautiful work you did on your mat today. And allow the left leg to stretch out long. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale, right knee up and over to the left. Find your twist. Maybe right hand reaches out to the right. Maybe the gaze falls to one side or stays neutral. Perhaps for The rest of your time here, you close down the eyes or soften the gaze. Begin to guide the right knee back through center and find a reclined tree pose. Allow the right knee to open up to the right, sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Maybe rest the hands on the belly or anywhere that feels supportive to you. Begin to sprout the right leg long. And pause for a cycle of breath here, just noticing the difference between the two sides of the body. Without judgment. Begin to guide the left knee in towards the chest. Big breath in, hug it in nice and tight. And exhale into your twist. Left knee up and over to the right. Let it go. Noticing if we're clenching anywhere, reacquainting with that space between the top teeth and the bottom teeth, bringing the tongue to the bottom of the mouth, allowing any resulting softness, unraveling to expand. Guide the knee through center and find that reclined tree shape on the second side. Left knee opens to the left. Maybe finding a similar or a different arm variation. Maybe taking the hands up overhead. Keeping the face soft. Softening the glutes, the face, the chest, the insides of the mouth. If the eyes are closed, maybe we notice if we're still squinting. Invite softness. Allow the left leg to reach out long to meet the right. Maybe taking the feet a little bit wide, allowing the toes to drape open. And if lying flat like this doesn't feel supportive or restful, if it feels like work to lay here physically, bring something beneath the knees to take some pressure out of the low back. You can keep the arms reaching overhead or allow them to rest naturally at either side. And snuggle the shoulders beneath the body. Maybe tuck the tail upward slightly, find a little lift, create length, and then lift the back of the head, tuck the chin, and release the head back down to invite length in the back of the neck. Savasana. This is your time to rest and digest the nutrients of your practice and honor the effort it took to make it here, not just to your mat, but to this moment, right here. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly how you're supposed to be. We'll spend the next few minutes here in quiet rest. Nothing to do, although the mind may still wander. That's okay. The stillness born from rigidity is never the goal. The body is always moving. Hearts beat, lungs bloom with breath. Our only objective here is to rest in the presence of those things without judgment. Allow the body to surrender to its own heaviness, bringing an awareness to the pull of gravity as it melts the body, spreads the body across the earth like soft moss on a forest floor, inviting that softness to meet you in rest, cradled in the palm of your Savasana shape. And the next time you hear my voice, I will be guiding you out. You're welcome to stay here resting in your Savasana shape for as long as time allows. But if you're ready to take this practice off the mat and into the next chapter of your day, I invite you to deepen the breath. Bring an awareness to the points of contact your body makes with the surface supporting you, its texture or temperature, the ears listening to sounds nearby. And you can bring any small movements, maybe a brush of fingertip to fingertip, kneading through the toes like a happy cat in a warm, soft blanket. Over time, invite these movements to become larger, gently expanding in their own way, in your own time, as a means of inviting the body back to wakefulness with care, creating space for this new and beautiful space you took the time to make today by taking our time here. You can roll the ankles and the wrists. Reach out long from fingertips to toes, keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed down. Big breath in, shine your ribcage towards the sky. And on an exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe rock side to side. Making your way to one side or the other. Head pillowed by the bicep in your fetal shape. The original asana. The shape that connects us all. The shape we all made. And begin to press your way up mindfully, slowly to a comfortable seat of your choosing. Or we can take a deep breath in together to celebrate this time spent in community doing yoga and honor the decision you made to fill your cup today with a practice of breath and movement. You can join the thumbs together at the heart space Anjali Mudra, a symbol to the body, a signal to the mind that we are closing out the practice, but inviting its benefits to be sealed in to the mental, physical, and energetic body. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Thank you for sharing your time, your space, your energy, and your practice with me today. It's an honor and a privilege to share the joy of yoga with everyone and anyone. Thank you for showing up and bringing a little bit more presence to the world. Namaste. Thank you again. My name is Jordan. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I certainly did. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Let me know if you like this practice, if you would like more practices of this length, of this style, I would love to hear from you. The thing that makes me the best teacher is being a student first and learning from other practitioners. So, that being said, I will jettison off and into the universe, leave you in body, but not in spirit. Until next time.